Hey guys, my name is Nate and this is my brother Steven. Together we are Wingman Merch.
Thanks for checking out our video. We put these up about a month after we shoot them. If you'd like to catch any of these videos live, check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description.
Like this week, I want to do keyword stuff. So today, I want to talk about keywords a little bit. I don't really have anything planned for tomorrow, but Wednesday, I want to do just a quick 5-10 minute keyword video so you can post Thursday on keywords. Friday, we kind of open it up talking about keywords, and then wherever that leads after. I kind of like having the Friday calls be a little more loose because I like the ideas that come out of there and then finding ways to use those ideas moving forward.
Yeah, what time did you guys get done with that Friday call?
I think it was 12 or 1. We were on there for a grip.
Yeah, I jumped off at like 10, and then everyone just told me how good the call was last night. They're like, "You missed like 3 hours of conversation." I was like, I'm pretty sure I was on there for like 2 hours myself."
Yeah, well, me and Stephanie were really getting into how are we actually going to pull this off, and then what do we do with it? Because I don't want to speak. To me, it seems like that's what she
Careful,
does
she's
for a
in chat
living.
already.
Well, then she can explain it. I believe that's what she does for a job, is train people in that educational way. So I thought it would be cool to have her run through. And she was talking about chunking that stuff up, and I just thought of a few different ways that we could possibly do that. And then like how we can't really share our numbers, I want to be able to share success stories and have like show my hand in other people's success to kind of see, oh, I didn't think about doing like that. I wonder if we could do something like this. And I really like how people in the Friday hangout were like, hey, how you doing? What do you got going on? Oh, I helped you with this. You helped me with this. Like that kind of stuff is what I really want to come out of that Friday hangout. I would like that to come out of the group, but it's difficult with however many people we have, 600 something people in our group now to
Well,
have a lot of those one-on-ones.
Yeah, Joe actually reached out to me. So when I was on my way up to Colorado, I got to grab dinner with her. So that was really awesome to meet with someone in the group.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that. I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, so we just after whatever it was, like 10 hours of driving straight, I got to sit down and have the one meal that I had for that day, which was a sandwich from Subway. So thank you, Joe, for that. But yeah, she had a ton of really good ideas on just how, we can communicate with the group, and she loved the fact that we were so scheduled. Like it makes it really easy to follow the content that we're putting out. So, I got to answer like a lot of her questions directly. She was asking like, why are these shirts selling? Why aren't these shirts selling? And we actually got to like look at her account. I pointed out some things that I definitely think will help her. She didn't even really know like what her niche was. She was like, they're selling for this, but I don't really understand. And so just looking at it, I was able to help her like, okay, here are some keywords that you can use. So it was really, really productive, whatever hour that we got to sit down together. And I really enjoyed that. It was super sporadic. I wish I could do it with everyone who said, hey, you're in my city or my state, come visit. But it just so perfectly happened that she was right where I was going to stop for dinner. Anyways, it was like 10 minutes out of the way. So that just randomly happened to work out perfectly. But definitely next time I do a road trip, I'm going to try and be a little bit more scheduled so we can do more stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why I want to put those posts in there because I think it would be cool if you did like a quick meetup wherever you were going to be and maybe crash a night and then do the meetup at like a restaurant or something or
Yeah,
just somewhere, a cafe or something there, but you can just sit down and talk and hang. Because
right.
I really enjoy that. And I'm trying to do that a lot more locally, but because I'm not home ever, it's a little more difficult because I have a lot of people messaging me. Because last time we were at CES, a lot of people were like, oh, you're in St. Pete, you're in Tampa area, we'd love to do a meetup. And then I was like, oh, yeah, for sure, January we can start doing it. And then I had stuff scheduled, but then obviously I haven't been here like more than a few weeks in a row. So I I want to do that, and I would love to have done that in Texas, but again, because I had to come in like the night before and then leave out the same day as that our presentation, like we wouldn't have been able to do it then. But if we do stuff like that, because I'm be going up to ASD, I'm going to be going to Colorado for not Colorado, Seattle. I can't even remember what that thing is called. California possibly at the end of June, like stuff like that. I'd love to be like, hey, I'm coming out there. I'm going to actually come out for the whole week or at least 4 days or 5 days or whatever this is the day we're going to meet, and then be able to do meetups like that. That would be cool to do, because then we could kind of hit, where are you at? Where's a lot of people at? What's a local place that we can kind of just sit down and hang? Because I do think a lot more information is gained with the one-on-ones. That's why I kind of like doing the coaching calls. I have ideas for more group coaching. I love doing the over-the-shoulder stuff with the smaller groups. And we have to address that too, because as we do these things, and I'm having the over-the-shoulder, even though it's scheduled, like people that we are helping are in other parts of the world, and I keep on getting requests for the recordings, and because of the way that we're doing it, we had to figure out a way to, I don't know. I think I might separate that out. Have the over-the-shoulder just teaching side, like that first hour that we did, just as a separate piece. And then the next piece that I dug into people's actual niches and show them how to do their actual niches, I might separate that completely off and just take that off. Or just do that call once a month or twice a month. Record the first half, so if people want that, they can have it. And then if you show up live, I'll also do the niches. And then we give those people that list at the end of it. So I don't know, something to think of. And then Stephanie and Sean were bringing up that, like, oh, they would repay for it if they really liked it. But I was like, I don't want people like continuously paying for the same thing almost. Because yes, the way I do research changes every few weeks, but if you understand the basics, then you should be able to figure out something when Amazon changes. And the way that I did the call this time, I showed like this doesn't work all the time, but it works like say 50% of the time. So you can do it this way. If that doesn't work, then you can do it this way, because this works 100% of the time. It just takes a long time and it's very difficult to do it this way. So we just have to figure out the best way to do that.
Agreed.
All right, let's go over the notes since we kind of got into this call and we're kind of 10 minutes in already. All right, updates. We are not promoting anything really this week. I have plans to do another over the shoulder possibly later this month, but that's nothing on the books yet. I want to try out some other things. Me and Nathaniel have a class idea. I would really love for this thing that we're doing with Stephanie for the Etsy to have a place in this month. We don't know if that'll get done this month. We still have to touch base with her on when that'll actually get accomplished, but we have a few things in the work. So those things are coming, but no actual dates. When we have actual dates, we will let everybody know. But I just want to let you know that that stuff is coming down the pipeline. This week though, I guess I'll ask you, when were the tags available to us in our group?
The first day I was in Austin. So Wednesday of last week.
Okay, so this is something brand new to us. It could have been in Facebook for a while, but we never knew about it. Each post now we can tag, which just means they can live collectively, from my understanding of it. So off on the right-hand side, if you look at the post, the opposite side where it says discussion and files and all that, there should be like a box that has tags in it. So because we can't share our numbers, we want to show people that what we do works off of other people's success stories. So that's one of the tags. So anytime someone shows something that they're having success in, we're tagging it to success stories. So if you click on the tag, I guess, it'll bring up all of those posts. So we're doing the success stories, tips that other people have, the Merch Monday. So this video will be tagged Merch Monday. The Friday Hangouts, those will get tagged. We're noticing some people are doing case studies, and we really like that. So we want to keep all of that stuff together. And then we have a separate Etsy help, because we noticed a lot of people in our group talking about Etsy. And I think maybe not this month, but next month we'll be digging a little bit more into Etsy. We have some other things to focus on this month as far as this group is concerned in merch, and the fact that I want to rebuild my business alongside that. So Etsy might be something that we dig into next month, but other people are doing it and having success in the group. So I know that's being talked about in our group. We want to be able to, if anybody has interest in that, click on the Etsy tag and then find all of those posts. I, for some reason, can't tag anything that's more than 2 weeks old right now. So I'll be trying to every week at least tag all that stuff as I see it, as long as it fits into one of those, or if I see another tag that it might fit into.
Yeah.
You have anything?
If you guys are watching through Facebook, or if you're watching live, I should say, if you could check that for us. Me and Steven both have slightly different views of the group than everyone else does. So if you guys could just let us know if you do actually see the tags,
Yes.
that would be helpful. And if you don't see them there, if someone knows how to see them from a non-admin point of view, that would be very helpful. I'll watch
Yes,
the
and we
chat
have
for that.
people asking us for the units. We've actually taken all the units out because we were having a problem with that. It seems like Facebook has allowed us to hide them, at least so you don't have to start going there if you click on the group. So we will be bringing back the units. We like to keep it as a course or a class. So we're trying to restructure some stuff so it can be watch this video, complete this video with an action step instead of just here's a video, here's the next video. We want to have kind of a break to have an action step or a call to action after each video.
I see the tags very helpful. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. I guess everything we're saying is an assumption off the fact that other people can see it. So kind of like a fingers crossed. Because even when we did the units, we didn't know exactly how it affected you guys. So we should be asking those questions more. But yes, the tags should, in theory, make it a little easier to navigate everything that's going on. The group is getting bigger. A lot more stuff is getting posted. We know that some people don't have 24 hours in a day to be able to check up on everything that's going in the group. We just want, if you have one day a week or whatever, here's a quick update, boom, boom, boom. Also, I think I'm going to try to post Monday of like a recap of the week. So that way if you go I don't want to go through all the tags, I don't want to do all this, what actually happened last week, and then I can just click on that because a lot of good information in the Hangouts, a lot of good information on the Merch Mondays. The Wednesday video is always very helpful, and then other people, I should have wrote down their name. I think they'll give them a shout out. Other people are doing videos and other helpful things inside the group, so we want to, if you only have a day or two available to you in a few hours, we want to make it as quick and easy as possible for you guys to just come in, look at the stuff, and understand what's going on in the group, at least last week, and then I'll try to do that every week.
Pretty sure it was Sean Elliott who made that video. If not, then
yes,
I just gave him credit.
Yeah, we have a shout out piece in the notes farther down.
All right, let's get to my favorite part.
The topics or the questions?
The action step. What you talking about?
Oh yeah, I did skip that completely. Okay.
Skip my favorite part. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. So the action step last week. If you want to just recap that, Nathaniel.
Yes. Last week was to create one shirt from a hobby that you enjoyed. I think a lot of the stuff that we do for good reason is based off of research. But it's always nice to remember that merch can be fun and enjoyable, so you can use your own knowledge and enjoyment to also try and make money with that stuff. So I just wanted you guys to make one listing. Hopefully it got you inspired. You made a couple, but that was the action step. Hopefully you guys did that. Hopefully you're finding some success with that or enjoyment instead of feeling like you're just grinding away at research and designing and all that. So that was the action step for last week, and moving forward this week, I guess I'll let Steven say this since this is a little bit more your realm, but it goes with the theme of this week and kind of leads on from last week as well.
Yeah, the keywords. Not good. That's not good at all. I'm just going to be challenging everybody to look up keywords. So just like how we had the Trello board and we kind of step by step, we're kind of building these first few action steps off of that Trello board. So first we wanted you to pick something that you had some knowledge about, like a hobby. The next thing was to find additional keywords. So we're just going to be working through kind of the Trello board as an action step to kind of make sure everybody's on the same page before we kind of really dig into everything next month. So with either the listings or the niche or the hobby that you picked last week, or something that you want to start doing research on this week, we're going to start challenging people to find 10 additional keywords for each landing zone that you're looking at. Again, this shouldn't be very difficult. Last week's we felt like was pretty easy. We're going to do kind of the same thing with this. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm going to do a Wednesday video to hopefully help everybody that's having problems with keywords to just pull out additional keywords. And if you were on the call Friday, you should already be way ahead of the game because we went deep on keywords and then just kind of how to look for them, different types of keywords, how Amazon is looking at them, indexing, a lot of that stuff that we kind of touched, or the theme of last week was. So again, just find 10 keywords for each, I wouldn't even say for each, however many landing zones that you're going to be doing research on, find 10 keywords for each one of those.
Just to find 10 extra keywords for the listings that you guys are doing as a little extra push to get you guys to do more keyword research. That is the action step for this week. Sorry, to go back about the actual step, people are asking how they can find those 10 because they're having problems even finding 5 or sometimes 3.
Wednesday, the video will be coming Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. So
we did something in the Trello board, so you can look in the Trello board if you don't have it. And we do kind of go over keyword research on that, but I will be doing another video on Wednesday.
Yeah, so if you guys wait till Wednesday, he'll explain that more. So, yeah. There was just 2 questions about that, so hopefully that answers both of you guys' questions.
Or if you guys hung out Friday, you'd be in the know.
That's not even a soft plug. That's a hard plug.
I'm having so much fun on that Friday hangout, man. Like I said, merch I want to be fun for me just because the last few months, I mean, years have been extremely difficult and it's taken all the joy out of business. So now I want to focus like, let's actually have fun. Let's communicate. Going to do that presentation was such a blast. Like, I want to be able to bring that to our group. How do we have people get to know each other? How do we keep on connecting and growing everybody's businesses? So I'm going to keep plugging that Friday hangout hard because we have a lot of connections to people that said, oh, we didn't know it was an actual hangout. We thought it was like a Merch Monday call that you guys did. So we have plans on bringing those people on to just hang out and talk. And if you have questions for them, answer the questions. Kelly, I actually kind of feel bad. She posted her YouTube channel in here and I pulled it just because other people that we've partnered up with asked to put stuff in here and we've been saying no to like everybody. So we're like hypersensitive if somebody that we work with who's in here sees something like that and then they kind of feel a certain kind of way. So we're just pulling all that stuff. So if you want to post a YouTube video or whatever, please don't. Or at least if you are, don't plug your own. So I felt bad. I reached out to Kelly. She'll be on hopefully this hangout so we could talk to her. And I meant to talk to you before, but we haven't had that conversation. But just if people come into that, I won't really be shying them away from plugging free things. But if it's anything paid, I won't have people do that. But if you come on Friday and you say, hey, I'm doing this, and this is what I got going on, I'll let you say it there as long as it's not too pitchy. Does that make sense?
If you guys do have stuff that you want to pitch in our group, you can still message Steven.
Yeah, reach out to us. Yeah.
Yeah, just reach out to Steven about it because he's the one making the call on most of that stuff. We do want to work with people. It's just we feel the time right now. We're still trying to figure everything out ourselves. So before we do any of that stuff, we have to agree on it, and then we also have to make sure that whatever's being posted in here, like we actually believe in, will use, all that kind of stuff. So
another question that we've had a few times is, do we sell our merch shirts on Etsy or eBay? And we don't yet on Etsy. We have in the past in eBay. I would say it worked in the past in eBay, but it's not an easy thing to do. And the amount of listings that we have now, it will kind of be a nightmare if we did have a sale on eBay, to go through and figure all that stuff out. And because we did it at a time where Amazon even shut down the ability for us to print our shirts, it didn't backfire. We got in right under the line, but we saw it becoming a problem, so we stopped it. So I don't know if you have anything to add on that, brother, or even talk about some of the stuff that we tested doing on eBay.
No, just because it was so backwards, I feel that it was almost not worth our time. But on Etsy, we are very interested in that. Again, kind of thanks to Stephanie for bringing that to our attention more and more. So that's in the future, but we don't currently sell on either of those platforms anymore.
And no advice for anybody doing eBay? You would just say kind of stay away from it?
I mean, things might have changed now, but yeah, I don't know. The way that we tried to do it was just funky, and I don't know. I wouldn't suggest people doing it that way.
All right, and then the last thing that is like a topic in the group is copycats. I know we kind of touched on it before, but I guess the question was asked, or how the post was framed was, someone's having success with a shirt, you saw other people copying, but theirs was still selling even at a higher price point than other people that were copying it. I don't know if you want to re-talk about anything that we've had said
Yeah, I
previously
feel
on
bad because we
copycats.
didn't grab that person's name or that post. Um,
Yeah, I did not.
but copycats are a thing. It's always going to be a thing online. It's a pretty easy way to make a little bit of money, even though it's not a good way of making money. I've seen my designs all over the place, and when I first started out, it was pretty frustrating, and now it couldn't bother me less because by the time I spend any energy even getting frustrated about that, I can make like 10 more listings on merch and have more success than, trying to pull those down or anything like that. So yeah, it does suck, but yeah, even if your stuff is priced higher and they try to undercut you, they might get one or two sales, but because of the way the BSR works in Amazon, your shirt's still going to be showing up in more places than their undercut shirt. So you should still be getting more sales and you'll be making more money than them. So, not too much you can do about it. I mean, you can go after them and whatever, but I don't feel it's worth your time. Even if they took all the sales, like I still think it's worth just launching more shirts than trying to go back and, recover the sales that were lost. Any thoughts on copycats from your side?
Not really, because I mean, I guess they can copy the title and the bullet points, but then again, like they're only doing that if your shirt is selling, and at that point, you're so far out, and Amazon has indexed your stuff so much more than anybody else's that's going to copy yours directly, that it's going to be extremely hard for them to copy your keywords and everything. They might show up on the same landing page as yours, but as soon as you start selling, you're going to be, like Nathaniel said, put all over the place, and theirs will not, unless they somehow sell just as much as yours. But at that point, I would just keep moving.
Yeah, it's a losing game being a copycat. Also because Amazon is getting more and more strict on them. So it's not a winning business model. I wouldn't worry about them because I don't feel like a ton of them will be around when merch is more of a syndicated platform.
So now the questions, I did actually grab some of these people's names. But the first question is from Sig. They were just asking on the art style side. So do you have any input on the retro, vintage, or anything like that as far as the art style goes? I guess
It
I'll
depends.
answer one of the questions from the post before you give your answer. Patty said it's kind of, if you're doing your own art, you'll find your own style, and then it's kind of up to the buyer if they're going to enjoy that style or not. So they're just trying to say, if you're the one doing the art, you'll find your style, and you'll find a lane that you can go down. But as far as picking a style, that's how you think about that, Nathaniel?
Um, yeah, we use different styles for different niches. That's kind of how I view it. So an example of that is like the outdoor adventure um, niche is like really into retro vintage stuff. So I think there are certain niches that can use certain styles better than others. Um, but yeah, whoever commented that under the post is also right. If you're doing your own designs, you will kind of find your own style. And you can do that again by like just seeing what's selling. So you can try, as many styles as you can think of. And then you see one or two start selling more than the others, then I would start focusing on those one or two. I probably have about six that I use, like with the art team that I could just say like this style, and they like have done it so much they just know like from one word. I don't have to post like reference images and all that stuff anymore. Um, so yeah, I think if you're doing more than six, you're probably spreading yourself a little bit thin. But that's my feeling on it.
So you're saying under the same niche or different niches? Each niche, you're saying
Um,
you have your own style?
I'm not saying each niche has its own. I have like one style that I use, but there are certain niches that certain styles sell better in, if that makes sense. So again, like the outdoor one, like if you want to be outdoorsy, like having um, something that's all right. I'll split it up because outdoor is such a huge niche. If you have like a hunter, they're probably going to want something that's like more distressed. And then if you have, say, like adventure or like hiking, you're going to want something that's a little bit more retro. Those are two like niches that have,
Styles. Their own
yeah,
style.
styles that you kind of like when I think of that niche, that's kind of the style that comes to mind because I've, dabbled in those enough. So,
Well, on the reverse side of, say, cat, because that's an example we always go to, there's no true style in that, and that's where you would try this, at least the six that you have your art team doing.
yeah, because cat is like a wide open market. We do probably do every style of shirt in cat.
Yeah, and the next question is for you too. Just they were asking about the clip art. They're getting out of control. It's getting hard to keep all of those, I guess, elements organized. How are you doing that, and what are your suggestions to people that are now starting to get a lot of art and having to put it somewhere?
I cheated and I created a VA art team. So now that's their problem. I did have this problem when I was doing all the art myself. The best way I can tell you to do this is to put them all in one folder, and as you're downloading them, put in the title like the keywords for everything that you think can be attached to that. So if you download like a beach set of clip art, then I would name it like beach, palm tree, sand, like anything that you might need to create a shirt image at a later date. And then every time you need clip art, go to that folder and just type it in on the search bar. And then even if it's like, part of the title, it will still bring those images up. That's the best way I've got to do it. I looked at a bunch of programs and I was about to start spending money to test programs, but then I just realized that if I have the art team, they can handle it. And I don't exactly know what their system is. I guess I could ask them. But yeah, that was my system for doing it when I was trying to keep track of everything. But now I mostly rely on the art team, and those guys are awesome. So that is all we've got for you this Merch Monday. You got anything else to say, Steven? Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you guys have a great start to your week. If you guys have any questions or comments about anything that we said tonight, let us know, and hopefully you will enjoy the content that we've got coming for you. So, until next time, signing off. See you guys later.
Good night.